Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the evening mobility reset. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a combination of some mobility work, some dynamic stretching to reset the body. We're going to try and come down from everything that's piled on throughout the day, get our bodies ready for sleep and ready for some rest. We're going to start at the top of the body, work our way down. We'll start from the standing position and we'll end up on the ground a little bit. It's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes of work. All right. And we're going to start on our feet. I have just a yoga mat spread out. If you have a soft surface, a carpet, anything like that would be fine. We're going to start out with some sun salutations. So we'll take a big deep breath, reach up to the sky. As we exhale, collapse down over top of the feet. We're going to walk out into a tall plank position. From here, we're going to let our hips sink down, press up into an upward dog. A few nice breaths here. Come back to the neutral plank position. We'll go into a downward dog. While you're here, let your heels drop one at a time toward the floor for about 8 to 10 reps on either side. Feel those calf stretches. Come back to that neutral plank position. From here, we're going to go into a runner stretch. So bring that left foot up by the left hand. Open that left hand up to the ceiling. Make sure that your head, neck, and chest follow your hand. And reach down across to my right side and open all the way back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Put that left hand back on the floor. Left foot back behind you. And switch to the right side. Bring the right foot up outside of your right hand and open up to the ceiling. Reach down across the left side and open back up. 2 more times on this side. The hand back and the foot back behind you. From here, you're going to use your hand to walk back toward your feet. And come all the way back up to that standing position. Shake it out, take a deep breath. We're going to go through that entire sequence 2 more times. So set yourselves up and big breath. Exhale, collapse down over top of your toes and walk on out into our tall plank position. Let your hips go down, press up into the upward dog. Come back to a neutral position and we'll go into downward dog. Drop the heels one at a time, alternating sides. Feel that little extra stretch on the calves. Come on back to our neutral plank position and bring the left foot up by the left hand, open to the ceiling. Reach down across the right side of the body and open back up. And try to match your breath here. So I'm going to exhale as I reach across, try to sink down a little deeper into that stretch. Each reach. Open back up. We'll go 1 more time. Replace that left hand on the floor. Left leg back behind. Bring the right foot up outside of the right hand and open toward the ceiling. Reach down and across. Open back up. 2 more times reaching across. Right hand goes back on the floor, right foot back. This time we're going to walk the toes up toward the hands. Come all the way up. Relax, shake it out. We're going to go 1 more time through that sequence. So, big tall reach, big inhale. Exhale. Collapse down over top of the toes. Walk your hands out into that tall plank position and go into upward facing dog. Come back to the neutral plank and go into downward dog. And we'll drop our heels, stretch the calves 1 more time. Come on back to the neutral plank position. Left foot up by the left hand. Open to the ceiling. Reach down and across. Open back up. And 1 more time on the left side. One big breath in this position. Bring the hand to the floor. Foot goes back behind you. Right foot up by the right hand. And reach down and across, sinking a little lower into that stretch. We'll go one more time with a reach on the right arm. Replace the hand to the floor. Foot goes back behind. Use the hands to walk back up into the standing position and shake out the shoulders a little bit. Take a few big breaths up here. Let yourselves come back down from that. Next, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you on my knees just so you can see what I do here behind my back. We're going to work our neck and our traps a little bit. So I'm going to take my left hand, grab that wrist with my right, pull that hand over to the side, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tip my right ear to my right shoulder. Now, once I'm in this position, again, you guys are standing. I'm just showing you from the knees here. I'm going to roll my eyes up to the ceiling and my chin back down on my chest. Slow and controlled. I'm trying to keep that right ear pinned down to my right shoulder. We're going to go 5 times in each direction. That's 4. And that is 5. All right, let go of that hand. Shake out the shoulders a little bit. Again, I'll show you here. Right hand is free. I'm going to grab that wrist with my left and pull it gently over to the side. Tip that left ear to the left shoulder. Try to keep that ear pinned, and we're going to roll the chin down and the eyes up toward the ceiling. Again, we're looking in each direction 5 times. Now, how far your ear gets to your shoulder is going to be dependent on how it feels. We don't want pain here. We want to feel like we are extending our range of motion just a little bit. One more time up and one more time down. Very good. All right. Shake those shoulders out. Next, we're going to go with some arm circles. So both arms are moving at the same time and make big, slow circles with my shoulders, coming all the way around the front. My palms, as they pass my hips, will open toward the camera, toward you guys, and they're going to stay pointed away from my body until they come back in front. That's 2. We're going to go for 5 big rotations here. There's number 4. One more big, slow rotation. Bring those palms toward each other. I'm going to stop in front of my body, and we're going to reverse direction. So as they come up past my head, I'm turning my palms away from the body as they come down toward the hips. And we'll do 5 reverse rotations here. And that's number 5. Go ahead and shake those shoulders out just a little bit. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to reach way up high to the ceiling again. I'm going to go down to my knees. I want you guys to stay standing just so you can see a little bit closer here what I'm going to do. I'm going to reach way up high, biceps next to my ears. As I pull down, I'm going to pull my elbows back and try to push my shoulder blades down all the way down my back. So my elbows going toward my hips. I'll show you from the side here. Reaching up nice and tall and bring those elbows back so they're slightly behind my head. All the way down, shake them out. We're going to do 3 more just like that. Reach all the way up and push those elbows down. As we come down, we want to make sure we're not shrugging. So you see on my top reach, I'm not pushing up with my shoulders. I've got my shoulders down and drive those elbows back. We're going to go one more time. Big, tall reach and drive the elbows back behind you. All right. We're going to do a couple more standing movements here. This next one is going to be for our hamstrings, a little bit of our low back. What I'm going to do is take my right leg, step in front of my left. My right foot is still on the floor here. And I'm going to reach down with my hands, and as I do, I'm twisting my body slightly to the right. Now we're actually working the left side here. So I'm going to come all the way back up, reach down and slightly twist to the right side. That should intensify that stretch along the left hamstring. Maybe you feel your left butt cheek, definitely up into the left hip and side of the torso there. That's number 4. We're going to go one more time. Reach down and a gentle, gentle twist. I'm all the way up. Bring that right foot back out. Next, I'm going to take my left side. step across to the right. Now we're just reversing everything. So as I reach down, slight twist to the left. Again, we're intensifying the stretch on the right leg as I move my body to the left. Reaching down for 2. You may notice if you exhale, as you're reaching down that stretch, you may be able to sink just a little bit deeper. One more time on this side. And come on out of that. All right, so you can see I've got my orange yoga mat here. I'm going to separate. I want that between my feet. So I'm outside the mat here. We're gonna go with another little hamstring stretch. We're gonna start, both hands straight down the middle. Reach all the way down. If you can put your hands on the floor, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too. If you just get the fingertips, that's fine. Come all the way back up. Reach on down to the floor, get to your comfortable depth, and pull all the way back up. You may find that you get a little lower each time. On this third one, we're going to reach all the way down. We're going to stay down here for about 5 long counts here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come all the way back up. We're going to stay in this position. If you just shake out the legs a little bit, maybe let the hamstrings relax just a second here, that's okay. We're going to go back into our split stance position. This time, I'm reaching down with only my right hand. I'm going to reach down again. If you can get your hand flat, that's great. If you just get the fingertips, that's okay. We're going to reach down to the floor. With my left hand, I'm going to open up to the ceiling. Come back down. Replace my right hand with my left. Open my right side up to the ceiling. So we've added in an upper body twist, a thoracic rotation here. This is number 3. We're going to do 10 of these. Again, you are switching hands each time. If you need to come out of this stretch and let the hamstrings relax, that's okay. Reaching up, replacing. If your fingertips are on the floor, that's fine. Flat palm is fine. Whatever you can do here. You go once more with each arm. Both hands to the floor. Come on up and relax just a little bit here. Next, we're going to go down to the mat. All right. If you're comfortable being on your knees here, I'm going to show you a couple different positions that you can put your feet into. Where I want you to start, you can see my feet are flat. My butt will be resting toward my heels. Sometimes that's not comfortable for folks. If you need to bend the toes, that's all right too. Get into this position. Work with whatever is comfortable for you. We'll work into getting the feet flat. It may be a little intense on the ankles. What we're going to put my hands on the floor, my butt is toward my heels. You can see my chest is up, my head is up. I'm going to do some head nods. We're going to work on our neck mobility here. So my goal is just to drive my chin down toward my chest and then push my head up, up, up. I'm looking at the ceiling. My goal is to move only my neck all the way down and all the way up. Just the neck moving. Try to control your breathing. We're not moving real fast here. We want a nice, steady pace. We're going to do about 10 of these. I'm going to turn and face the camera here for a few. Again, the chest stays up. Eyes go up to the ceiling. Chin goes down to the chest. All right, we're going to stay in our position. If you need to let those ankles breathe just a little bit, that's okay. I'm going to stay down on the floor. I still want my chest up. Now what I'm doing is you can see I'm looking straight into the camera right here. And I'm going to try and bring my chin over each shoulder. So rotate to the left. Come on back around to the right. Again, I don't want to wiggle my entire body. I'm trying to move just the neck. We're going to go 5 times to each side. Chin leading toward the shoulders. 3. That's 4. And this is number 5. All right, we're going to stay in this position. We're going to do one more neck movement here. So this time I'm going to look at the space right between my thumbs. So my head is tipped down just a little bit. I'm still keeping my chest pushed up. Looking at the space between my thumbs, I'm still rotating my head. This time I want you to imagine pointing your ear at the ceiling. Rotating side to side, nice and controlled. Again, we'll do 5 rotations to each side. This is number 4. And number 5. All right. If you need to relax those hips and those ankles a little bit, that's okay. Go ahead and shake it out. We're going to go into a similar position. This time we're going to do what we call a 6-point rock. Now this is going to work your shoulders, your wrists, might feel this in your neck a little bit, definitely your hips, ankles, and knees. All right, so we're going to start off in a similar position to how we just were. So I'll show you from the side here. I want to extend my hands out a little bit further. So if I was just here for my head nods, I'm extending my hands out a little bit further, still doing everything I can to keep the head and the chest up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rock my body all the way up into my hands. So you can see my wrists, they're now kind of holding my weight up here. My hips are a little bit forward. Slow and controlled, push the body back. Bring it back up to the hands, rock the body back. We're going to do 10 repetitions here. I'll do a few facing the camera, rock back, come forward. You can see my eyes, my chest stay up the whole time. Rocking back. Pressing forward. Now this can be tough on the knees. If you need to put a pillow down, double up on the mat, maybe a couple of blankets, that's okay too. We want those knees to feel all right while we're doing this so that we can benefit our hips and the motion that we're taking our body through. Let's do a couple more here. All right, come on out of that position. Shake those wrists out if you need to. Next, we're going to go into our half kneeling position. So I'll show you here. I've got my right leg forward. You can see my t-shirt automatically kind of rolls to the side there. I'm going to try and level those hips out just a little bit. Shirt might not show it, but what I'm doing is if I've got my hip hiked up here, that's kind of throwing off what we're trying to do. So I want to push that hip down, straighten myself out, and I want to have a 90-degree bend on this knee. We don't want to be pressed too far forward, crunched in on ourselves. So with that 90-degree bend, level out our hips, use my left side to push forward. A little hip flexor stretch here. Now notice, I am moving from the hips, not the spine. We don't want to move from the spine. One more time here. I'll come next around facing forward. We're still going to keep that right leg up. Bring that leg out to the side. Still have my shirt facing the camera. And I'm rolling to the side. Gentle flexions. We're going to do 5 pushes into the side here. One more time. All right, let's bring that right leg around. We're still keeping the right leg forward, still keeping our hips nice and level. I'm going to take my left hand, drop it onto my right knee. So I've got a nice cross across the body here. I'm going to do some reverse windmills with my right side. Now I want to try and move just my shoulder here. This range of motion is going to be different for everybody, and that's okay. I want to work through my range of motion on the shoulder. After 4 rotations, I'm going to stop where I started and bring the windmill forward. Big thing here is we don't want to use our torso to try and turn the arm here. Keep that motion in the shoulder. All right, after those windmills, let's go ahead and switch knees. Bring that left side up, try to tilt the hips, get them nice and level. Got a 90-degree bend on our knee. Gentle flexions, forward and backward for 5 repetitions. After your 5th, take that left leg, push it out to the side. Again, you can still read my t-shirt. I want to be able to see your t-shirt here. Keep the chest facing forward. If I turn my body, I'm essentially doing the same thing I just did. So keep your body facing forward, gentle flexions into the side. One more time, bring that left leg back around to the front. Take my right hand, put it on the left knee again, working across the body. And I've got my own range of motion, rotation on the shoulder. If you notice that you have a different range of motion with each arm, that's okay. Again, we're just taking our body through that range. Bring it back around the front for 4 rotations. All right. We got a few movements left here. Next, we're going to go down to our hands and knees. I think most people have seen a cat-camel. What we're going to do is we're going to try and match our breathing here. So I'm on the floor. My hands are directly under my shoulders. Knees are going to be directly under my hips. With the feet, whatever's comfortable for you. If you want them tops of your feet flat on the floor, that's fine. I like to bend my toes in this position. So I'm going to take a big, deep inhale. Big stretch, and as I exhale, push that thoracic spine up to the ceiling. Try to match your breathing with the movements here. Let's go one more time. All right. Come on, face forward. Next, we're going to go into, we're going to stay on our hands and knees. We're going to go into a thoracic spine rotation here. So I'm going to take my right hand, put it on the back of my head. What I'm going to do is try to crunch my right elbow toward my left knee. As I exhale, take a big inhale and open that up to the wall across from me. So exhale, inhale, open all the way up. We're going to do 5 of these movements. All right, put that right hand back on the floor. Left hand up, back of the head. Again, if your range of motion is different here, that's okay. Let's take a big deep breath. Exhale, force that left elbow down toward the right knee. In this movement, we do want rotation at our spine. So you can see I am crunching a little extra down into that position. That's okay. All right. Next, we're going to go into a child's pose position. We're going to do 3 different directions of stretch here. So I got my feet flat on the floor. I'm going to drop my butt onto my heels, stretch those hands out in front. Let your head just relax between your arms. I've got my arms straight out in front of me. What I'm going to do is tip to the left. So moving slightly to the left side. Bring the right arm over and feel a bigger stretch along the right side of the back. And just breathe here. Come back to that center position and reset. And we're going to push over to the right. So now I'm feeling a bigger stretch on the left side of my body. Come on back to the center. A few big breaths here. And come up nice and easy out of that. If you want to spend a little more time in that child's position, please do. Great stretch for your back, for your lumbar spine. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, and thank you so much for all the engagement we've had with these videos that we've been posting on the YouTube page. We're going to keep putting them out for you. We're going to keep doing the live streams. We're going to keep having pre-recorded videos for you to demo and follow along with. If you have any questions about equipment alternatives, if you have difficulty with an exercise, anything that you want to ask, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, post a comment on the video, and just let us know what we can do to help you out. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you next time.